6. Roll call, please.
Mr. Steininger.
Here.
Mrs. Malad.
Here.
Mr. Browning.
Here.
Ms. Landon.
Here.
Mrs. Webb.
Here.
We'll stand for the pledge of allegiance. Somewhere in the building. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is approval of the agenda with an addendum, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Call the roll.
Call the roll, please, then.
Mrs. Webb.
Yes.
Mr. Browning.
Yes.
Ms. Landon.
Yes.
Mrs. Malad.
Yes.
Mr. Steininger.
Yay. We need to approve the minutes of the Wednesday's February 5th special meeting and Thursday's February 6th regular meeting. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
For a second. Call, please.
Mrs. Malad.
Yes.
Ms. Landon.
Yes.
Mrs. Webb.
Yes.
Mr. Browning.
Yes.
Mr. Steininger.
Yay. Next, we have board reports and go to the order. We'll start. You want to kicks off?
I'll start. Gladly. I was lucky enough to go to second grade swimming at the Y last week.
Oh, my goodness.
It was so cool. And it was Friday, so everybody got to go off the diving board. It was big stuff, let me tell you. But I want to thank the Y. They do a wonderful lifeguards everywhere. I mean, just really a great job. And the kids, just big smiles. So thanks to the Y, it was really great. And that's all.
Thank you. Jeannie?
I just want to give a big congratulations to our the musical department for putting Karen, Greta, and John, and everyone for putting on such a wonderful show with Mamma Mia over the weekend of the 6th, 7th, 8th. By Saturday night, I think half of the kids had come back, our graduates, and we had most of the community there, so it was really a party. It was really neat to see that. So I'm very proud of them and everything they did. They did for that performance. I know there was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into that. And then secondly, all of our coaching staff and kids and parents getting started in spring sports. It's been so cool to see the training center lit up at night and kids on the field. And I just wanted to share that, as you know, my husband coaches the girls soccer team, and he was asking he also coaches a select team, and he was asking his select players, what are you guys doing right now? Are you in the weight room? Are you on the field? And I said, we don't have that. So like the fact that our girls and teams are already practicing inside on a field, and they're in the weight room, like that, I can't imagine what it's going to do for us when we get to the point of having the kids out on the, playing their sports this spring. So that's really starting to pay off, and that's very cool. So I just wanted to share that, and so I'm very proud of all those people who are putting forth that effort for our kids.
Thank you.
And Mr. Steiner, I have one more thing. When the disco ball dropped at the end of the performance, was that not the coolest thing?
It was the coolest thing.
It was great. Pam, you were with me, wasn't it, right? Okay, I'm done.
Jared?
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to echo what Katie said about Mamma Mia. It was outstanding. It was the biggest attended musical ever in Fairborn's history, as I was told by Karen Greta. The second thing is, this is the second year in a row we've had a female wrestler qualify for state, which is huge for us. Then the last thing is, we've been hosting a bunch of the Division I girls basketball games, and it's really cool seeing all these other schools coming in and the comments they make about our high school and the arena and those types of things. And I can tell you, last Saturday night it was Springboro and Mason, and that was the regional final. So the winner of that went to state, and that place was packed and it was loud. and it was fun to see our new arena getting used like that. So it's good things for us and good comments from, a lot of good communities. Mason was here, Upper Arlington was here, Perrysburg was here, and they all had great things to say about the new building and the positive things in the district.
And thanks to Kevin Alexander.
Yeah,
He's been, I know he's
absolutely.
put in a lot of extra hours.
Yes, that's it.
I think between Katie and Jerry, they kind of like stole everything that I was going to say. But no,
I'll let you go
it's
first
okay.
next time.
No, I'm good. The musical was wonderful. If you missed it, we're very sorry, but thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Greta, for, putting this all together, organizing, and the students did a fantastic job. So, congratulations to everyone. Also, the wrestling, Serenity, congratulations to her for, going to state this year. It's an amazing accomplishment, and it's a tough sport. It's probably one of the, the sports that you take on yourself, and it's one-on-one, and to make it to state is an amazing feat. So congratulations to her, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Just again, echoing everybody's comments a little bit here. With Mamma Mia, I was just stunned by the stage, how it looked, how it came across. It was professional, and to hear the sound. And the kids obviously did a fantastic job, but it was just, the whole show was well done, well put on. And I'm extremely proud of those kids and everybody who put in that effort. It was just something else. And again, I've been to some of the other events where we hosted things, and to hear it and see that our buildings are taking this on, putting forward the message that Fairborn is here, we're doing a great job. I really like that. I think we all should be very, very proud of our staff and everybody who puts the time and effort in to make those things happen. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Any other follow-ups, seconds, thirds? District presentations.
Mr. President, we have nobody here,
Oh, sorry, forgive me.
we have nobody here for public comment.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Now, district.
thank you and good evening. For the our first presentation tonight, we will welcome Dr. Brackenhoff, who is going to recognize our National Merit Scholarship finalists.
And before I do that, since you guys talked about the musical, could I also do a shout out to something we do special here in Fairborn, which is our ASL Club sign the Saturday night performance. And I mean, it's just such a wonderful thing that we can show to our community and really help educate our students and our community about deaf education. They do a fantastic job. Thank you. All right, tonight we are here to recognize Javon. You come up here and stand next to me. We'd like to congratulate Javon DeWitt on being named a National Merit Scholarship finalist. Javon competed with over 16,000 semi-finalists to advance to the finalist level. The National Merit Scholarship Program selection process is known for its intense competition and rigorous standards. Over 1.3 million juniors and 21,000 high schools entered the 2025 National Merit Scholarship Program. And we hope that through this process that Javon will be included in the April, May, June, or July award recognitions. That's the finalists that will actually be awarded scholarship money. But we are very proud of his accomplishments, and we'd like to congratulate him and his team.
Dr. Brackenhoff here, and she is going to talk about the Project Lead the Way grant recognition.
If I could have Mrs. Bell and Mrs. Reynolds join me, we would like to congratulate Bev Stambaugh, who is home under the weather, Carrie Bell and Stephanie Reynolds on receiving a $10,000 Project Lead the Way grant to support implementation of Project Lead the Way Medical Detectives Program at Fairborn Middle School. This is a true example of teamwork to create opportunities for students. Mrs. Stambaugh, as a seasoned Project Lead the Way teacher, worked closely with Mrs. Bell and Mrs. Reynolds to submit the grant. The medical detective class has been offered to 7th and 8th graders this year and has been approved as a career tech education pathway course for next year. This class will connect the middle school and the high school biomed courses to create a fully articulated biomedical pathway for our Fairborn students. Mrs. Bell has just a brief description of some of the exciting things that have been occurring in her class this year, with some pictures projected there.
So, in my class, the students, the first part they learn is how to collect and analyze some medical data. They learn how to take vital signs, such as temperature, heart rate, blood pressure, and respiration rate. So they learn how to do those things, and then they start to use that information along as learning about symptoms of patients on how to diagnose patients and how medical professionals do that. Then they start to learn about infectious diseases and how they spread and examine the structure of the nervous system. So they ultimately at one point get to do a dissection, which for middle school students is pretty exciting for them. These are a few pictures of a sheep brain, sorry. And this is some pictures just from my class from first semester, a few of the things that students were able to partake in, and the grant will be amazing to help build the program and allow them to have a lot of wonderful opportunities. So thanks to all. I just want to mention again that Mrs. Stambaugh did a lot of work today for this, and I'm really grateful to her too.
And Mrs. Reynolds too.
Honestly, it was a class that we knew a lot of our kids were interested in, and sadly they don't have medical experience at the middle school and started at the high school. So anytime we can give them career experience, to know that's my pathway, or even vice versa, that's not for me. It's great for our middle schoolers still exploring that. We got lucky that Mrs. Bell, who has always been a fabulous teacher for us, had the right certification and just was eager to jump right in, even when we didn't have the money for the full supply. So she's going to feel like she won the lottery, and rightfully so. She's put in the work.
And as we worked on budget this week, it was one of those never have I ever ordered a bucket of sheep brains. I had to stop her because my assistant processes all of those orders, and I said, okay, tell me how they're coming, I just envisioned when I saw a bucket of them. It made me a little nervous. So.
And planning the new middle school, the architects asked me, can she just share like the staff refrigerator? I said, no, it's got brains. She has to have her own.
So, question, when you talk about the new middle school being closed,
Yes.
that door will like the autonomous tables and stuff help, or is that something that you
We would
can
love
do?
it.
We would love, and I know, like, I previously worked with, for example, Mrs. Spurr previously at Fairborn High School. So, and we've talked a little bit, so
Yeah.
hopefully with the building still, like, we'll be right across the way for even, the students to come over and see the opportunities that they have at the high school with the program. I think that'll be really an amazing opportunity.
And from what I understand, our students did really well, and we've got like 8 that are going to state.
Some of the programs we have.
Yeah, and we're hoping that this 8th grade class will generate even more interest and just build our programs and opportunities.
Thank you.
Again, congratulations to you and your team.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I will not be as excited as that, I'm sorry. I have no music tonight. I feel a little guilty sometimes in terms of missing a couple months and not doing the monthly financial reports, and then like, they're nice and boring, you know? I love boring, so, just to highlight. And I don't expect the audience or the board to be able to read this. You have a copy in your board agenda and also up front there. Our receipts were right on target for the month of January. Income tax, which is always a big variable, was strong and came right in projections. Overall, the receipts are below projections for the year to date by 1/5 of 1%. So we are right on top of revenues. On expenditures, were up a little bit for January. Our salaries and benefits are trending above projections, not at dangerous levels. It's something to keep track of. We're over halfway through the year in terms of, we just watched that. The purchase services were significantly above projections this month. So we made a payment to Greene County ESC of $371,000, and that's for special needs. That contract has escalated a lot in the last 5 years and probably will continue to do so. So overall, our expenditures are above projections by 3%. Our ending cash balances ended at 31, and are projected to end the year at a $32 to $34 million range. So we're still in a strong, stable financial position.
He's looking at you, Gretchen.
I know.
I don't know.
So you forgot to give her a copy of this.
There's one right up front there. Did you grab one?
I'm just kidding.
In terms of that sheet, just tracks it out month by month. Again, these are my projections, and they're updated every month. Not a lot of treasurers do that. A lot of them do it by quarterly or annually. I track it month by month. I put in my best guess of what they're going to be and track that, and that's what the monthly financial reports show. So roughly, number right down in there is where we're looking at here. The main thing I wanted to present on tonight was the state budget. In terms of the governor has given out his recommendations for the state budget, which includes money for public education. The Office of Budget Management did simulations on this. That is what we have up there. If anybody wants copies, I have copies. But it's interesting in terms of, I've been doing this for roughly 35 years. And the simulations on this usually are, some districts will benefit, some districts won't, some are according to wealth, some according to poverty, urban, rural, etc. But in looking at this budget for Fairborn, third from the top, first year we'd see an increase of $440,000. But the second year we'd see a decrease of roughly $495,000. And I made copies on here of Greene County and Montgomery County, and the simulations show that roughly 450 to 500 districts would see a decrease in their funding, which makes no sense. This is the first round. This is the governor's recommendations. The Ohio House still has to put forward their budget. The Ohio Senate still has to put forward their budget, and then the three of them will reconcile. So they talk about implementing the fair funding proposal, but they're funding it at the 2022 levels. So implementation usually is at the current levels, not on levels from 4 years ago. So, in terms of the state has to have a budget in place by July 1. That's been every year except for 2 years ago. They acted on July 3rd. So you'll still see more interest from the Ohio House and Ohio Senate when it comes to this. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
So next is the treasurer's recommendation. We do the following. Shall we go ahead and make our motion? Motion and second.
So we,
So moved by Jerry, second.
Second.
we got like Kevin catch up.
discussion? Can I call the motion?
Ms. Browning,
Yes.
Mrs. Webb,
Yes.
Ms. Landon,
Yes.
Mrs. Malat,
Yes.
Mr. Steininger.
Yay. Next, we go to the administrative reports. This runs on. For the attachments. I think the last time was 20 plus the attachments.
I'd like to draw our attention to a couple of special resignations and retirements. Recognizing Vicki Hudicole, requesting resolution of tribute for 34 years in education with 18 in Fairborn City Schools. That is a wealth of knowledge that is going to be very sadly lost. Hopefully she'll support us in other ways. And Catherine Shepp, who has been a first grade teacher for 35 years, all in Fairborn City Schools. So that is absolutely incredible. So both ladies, all of your service to this district does not go unnoticed. Thank you.
I had the privilege of working with Ms. Shoup during her days in the classroom. So it was a joy to be in her classroom, helping her out.
Need a motion in a second?
We have a motion, yeah. Motion second.
So moved.
Discussion? Call the motion?
Mr. Browning,
Yes.
Ms. Landon,
Yes.
Mrs. Malat,
Yes.
Mrs. Webb,
Yes.
Mr. Steininger.
Yay. Today, would you like to do, Wendy, would you like to do gifts and donations, please?
Sure. The Fairborn City Schools Board of Education would like to gratefully acknowledge the following gifts and donations. Gamma Theta Chapter, care of Mary Likens, for 19 pairs of pants, 4 packages of underwear for students at Fairborn Primary School. We thank you for your gifts and donations. It's a great thing, and we well appreciate it.
Very, very neat. Okay, that,
This
we got
time,
a work session.
this time the Board of Education will go to a short work session